Hello, hello! Perfidious Pete here, back for a little more shuffle mode play of The Long Dark, and ready to prove once and for all that while I may not be smarter than a 5th grader, I am smarter than a dog. Or a wolf, to be more specific, since last episode I successfully managed to employ a wolf as a cat's paw to bring down a deer for me. Now, I know some of you out there are saying, you didn't really outsmart that wolf, Pete. In fact, your plan to scare it away ended in complete and abject failure. And as always, you're not wrong when it comes to pointing out my flaws, but I do feel compelled to say, who was it that was smart enough to bring a knife to a fist fight? Huh? Who was it? Me, that's who. That's right, damn it. I mean, the wolf rolled up, all full of bravado, thinking to itself, oh yeah, I just killed that deer. This human is going to be an easy mark. No claws, no teeth. That deer at least had horns. I got this shit, man. I got it. This punk is going down. And then what happens to Mr. Wolf? Bam! I pull out my knife and start slicing on him like Jason on a promiscuous team at Camp Crystal Lake. Then what happened, huh? Then, yeah, little Wolfie McChompsalot wound up scampering away and whining like a bitch with its tail between its legs. That's what happened. And I use the term bitch in a literal sense in this case, not the pejorative sense, because I was actually fighting a dog. So, you know. Anyway, the salient point remains. My plan worked. I got the deer meat. The dog wound up running across the ice into the bitter oblivion of nowhere. Now, sure, it didn't work out exactly the way I'd planned, but, a significant portion of the flesh of my arm I feel is a fair price to pay for the massive amounts of venison that we acquired as a result. And sure, the potential exists for me to contract some kind of wolf spit related disease, but like Helmuth von Moltke said, no plan ever survives contact with the enemy. And I'm still calling this one a win. So let's get to work and see if we can't maybe capitalize on our victory over Mr. Wolf. 14 hours of daylight left. It looks real gray out. Also, there's fog in my house. Did I accidentally leave a window open or something? What the hell? Let's go take a look at the weather. I'm actually going to put this lantern out once we get a peek at the out of doors. Just make sure that the out of doors also is wolf free. We do have some very specific missions in mind for today that are going to require us to travel much lighter than normal. So it's snowing. What's the weather like? You know, despite the snow, it's actually not bad, considering it's pre-dawn as well. So let's get ourselves geared up and ready. First thing we're going to do, we can put out that lantern. We don't really need it. Let's check into our goodie cabinet. We're going to sort of divest ourselves of pretty much everything we have. The cabinet's actually pretty full. I know we've been keeping some stuff up here as well. Let's stash some items in here, although this one is largely full of deer meat. Still curious how to cure gut. We have fresh gut and fresh deer hide. I believe the way one cures those is to drop them on the floor. So I'm going to test this. I'm going to take this deer meat. I'm going to bring it over here into this corner, and we're going to drop it all. For one thing, I can't afford to carry all that stuff. It's just too heavy. We don't really need it, so... I believe also the way that it gets cured is if you just drop it on the floor and sort of let it dry out. And now that that's taken care of, we should have more room here in our upper cabinet. Yeah, we're good. All right, so we're going to get rid of a lot of stuff. I'm going to keep one accelerant. So we're going to transfer 6 of these over. I'm going to keep 1 thing of antibiotics, 1 thing of antiseptic, 1 bandage, which I know, given my propensity and how well I fight against wolves, seems suicidally dangerous, but I'm doing it anyway. We're bringing no firewood, because I don't anticipate being out long enough to need it. We don't need any of that cloth. We don't need any of these crow feathers. None of that leather. None of this food, actually. Where did we get an extra ski jacket? I don't recall even picking that up. Fishing line, we don't need. The flares, those we'll hang on to. Probably going to need the flares. The 2 granola we'll keep just sort of as emergency rations. Definitely keeping our hands on the old hunting knife there. Magnifying glass doesn't weigh enough to really bother screwing around with. We have no fire starting supplies, so I'm not bringing anything. This old man's lichen we, of course, don't need. Peaches can, as the cabinet's full. Alright, so we'll have to start a new cabinet. My goal here is to try and fucking come in at this like a bantamweight fighter. I want to be fast and light. I want to be light on my feet, because we're really just making some dashes to pick up some stuff that I overlooked. That, fortunately for me, some of my viewers were kind enough to point out. I was complaining all last episode, rather vociferously, I might add, about my decided lack of a hatchet. Turns out I actually had a hatchet. Or rather, I didn't have one because I'm an idiot, but I had an opportunity to pick up a hatchet. I just missed it. So we're going to keep the lantern and the matches just in case. That's me being abundantly cautious. I don't need 14 reishi mushrooms, however. Probably don't need 40 rose hips either, or this book. The tinder plugs, again, don't need. We're getting rid of literally everything that might slow us down. That's a reasonable assortment of food. I'm cool with that. Our clothing is adequate. First aid supplies are minimal, so we're down to 34 pounds of gear. Basically, this is the lightest we've been since we started. Why do I have an extra pair of wool socks? I don't need those. Make sure I've gotten rid of all the... Okay, so no clothing is on my person that I am not wearing. Fantastic. All right, we are ready to begin our operation. Once we get a drink and maybe go pee. You never want to leave the house without going pee. I mean, that's just sound thinking. You gotta, you want to pee, make sure you've eaten, all those things. Sort of take care of your basic biological needs before you go out doing, foolish things. Or even just driving to grandma's. I mean, sure, you could pee when you get there, but it's like a 3.5-hour drive to grandma's, man. You don't want to have to pee on the way. That's just not cool. We'll leave the can of peaches. You know what? I'm going to eat this beef jerky, actually. No, you know what? I'm going to eat the peaches. We'll use our can opener here, cry those open, have a nice bit of a nosh on some nice, delicious peaches in thick, enriched syrup, I might add. And mostly it's the syrup that's the good part. So there we go. Get a flare out and ready. And it's off to retrieve my hatchet. Now, there are two sort of destinations for us on this run. One, we got to go to the fishing outpost because that's where the hatchet was when I overlooked it. Two, we're going to go get those saplings so we can consider making a bow. Now, fortunately for me, we do have a pretty good vantage point to sort of get our bearings so we can make this dash as quick as possible. So the fishing area is right over there. We can make a beeline straight for it. Got a wolf over there on the ice. We're going to keep an eye out for that guy. Doesn't look like any wolves or dangerous predators out here. The dramatic music cues I see are back, and again, not a fan of the music cues game. Don't like the dramatic music cues, and there's just really no reason I shouldn't be running here. So let's do that. Get to sprinting as fast as we can. We want to get this stuff done as quick as possible. And then what we're going to do, once we've had a chance to sort of gather our supplies, get our hatchet, get the saplings that we were looking for, we're going to begin to ferrying some of our items back towards our main base. What are you? A deer. A female deer. There's also a ray up there, a drop of golden sun. Me, of course, is here, a name I call myself. This is far, in fact, a long, long way to run. So, a needle pulling thread, which of course we'll probably be doing later to repair some of our little bit tattered clothes. Tea, which is a drink with jam and bread, although we don't have any jam and bread. We might in fact make some tea later, probably out of mushrooms. And doe, again, a deer, a female deer, although that is clearly a buck. And that brings us back to doe, a deer, a female deer, and a bunch of crows over there, no likely investigating something that was perhaps recently killed by our wolf friend, who will we be giving a very wide berth. We're dashing around here. Now, I know running does increase our fatigue, but it does help keep us warm as well. Gives us a chance. Keep our body temperature up, make best use of our food. Also allows us to, make best possible time. So where was... I'm told it was over here by the tackles. Somewhere in this neighborhood, fuck, there it is. I walked right fucking past it.
Probably useful.
I think more than probably useful, my dear. So we found our hatchet. Good. Now, we just gotta try and remember where the hell those saplings were so we can go harvest them. I think they were, like, right up here, though. Unless I'm sorely mistaken, we should be relatively close to where we encountered those. Of course, we do have to keep an eye out for wolves. What's my condition like? I'm full of pip and vinegar 100%, which means if I need to, I can fist fight another wolf. And damn it, if I gotta, I will fucking fist fight a wolf. I'm telling you, wolves, I got a knife now. I'm not fucking afraid of you bastards anymore. I don't have to flee like a coward. You want to go toe-to-toe with me? I already stood toe-to-toe with one of you. Made you kill for me. I don't remember. I think we've been here. We clearly have, because the rose hips have already been picked. Let's just double check. I'm pretty sure this means we're in the right vicinity, though. Yeah, okay, so we've clearly been here. We didn't overlook anything, did we? Both lockers have been searched. Nope, we didn't overlook anything. All right, let's get the hell out of here then. Which means our harvesting candidates for our saplings should be somewhere outside this building, kind of to our left and uphill. Like over here, roughly. So let's start looking for the saplings. Give me the saplings. I want to make the bow. I would very much like to make the survival bow. It's got to be right around here somewhere. This is the sole purpose of this little excursion, is to find these saplings. They were around here somewhere, damn it. Are they down here in this little valley? Possibly in this little valley. Behold the big valley! We almost... Well, clearly not. There, yeah, we should probably not go that way. My friend Yogi Bear over there, and while I didn't see a boo-boo, I fucking don't have a picnic basket, which means I have nothing to distract his big bear ass with, and I want to stay as far the fuck away from him as possible. You do you, bear. I'll do me. Everybody will be happy. You're a giant Canadian grizzly bear, and I really don't feel that we have any reason to interact. Our paths don't really necessarily need to cross. Oh, shit. All right, Wolf. This is it. Let's go. You and me, Wolf. We're doing this. Damn it. All right, so I don't like that. Could the bear kill the wolf for me, please? So we got to use our one band. We can't fight another wolf because we don't have another bandage. Shit. So we're going to get the bandage on. Let's apply the antiseptic. We have plenty of antiseptic left. I was actually trying to do better on that encounter with our wolf friend. There is a method you can use if you sort of beat them up a little bit. As you can see, they have a health meter at the top that is gone now, so I guess you can't see it. That was a kind of foolish thing to say. But they do have a health meter. Where are these saplings? Are they up here? These things are fucking elusive as shit. I know I saw they were up here somewhere. I know it. I know they were up here. Anyway, what I was getting to, sort of before I got interrupted by our canine friend there. You can sort of, there they are, right there. I knew they were around here. What are you? Something that's dead. This is some manner of den or, that's, oh shit, these are right outside of fucking bear's den. Thanks for putting them in the most dangerous fucking place possible, game. Jerk ass. Actually, these are not the saplings I was talking about. These are birch saplings. The ones we saw earlier were actually maple saplings. I think birch saplings get used to make arrows. The maple saplings are what you use to make the bow. And we're getting very near the territory where we had our bear friend earlier. Were we following this river yet? I don't think we... I heard a dog. I heard a howl. Also, I've still completely distracted myself from my original point. You can kill wildlife, animals, wolves, and the like. You can actually kill them if you do it right. Both times we've done it now, we've only managed to scare them away. But they do have a health meter, and if you sort of time your strikes just right, or rather with the appropriate sort of violence, you got to put the right amount of oomph on each stab. Rather than forcing the critter to run away when it gets hurt, you can straight up kill it. So you got to make sure, you got to get them kind of in the Goldilocks zone, butter them up, get them in the just right area, and then hit them with the big Mogamba, the big finish, the knockout punch. And there's that fucking bear.
Jesus, it's cold.
Is it really? Oh, yeah, it's real cold. All right, I was unaware of this. So we've made some progress. Let's see if we can get back home safely. Also, it's snowing now. We should, yeah, the weather is bad. We should try and get back to safety. I don't want to go past our bear friend. I should definitely have been paying closer. There's a rabbit. Can I stab him? No, he ran right past me. Okay. So the bear is clearly camping the bridge. Then again, we're kind of in his neck of the woods. He's the one who's got a den over there. If he sees me, he's going to be pissed because he's going to think I raided his picnic basket or that I'm perhaps spying for the ranger. Really would prefer he not come over here. I assure you, I am not spying for the ranger. I am not interested in your bear-like activities. Really kind of want nothing to do with them. Why don't you just stay over there, man? I'm saying, you do you. Let me do me. And bear and human never need to meet. We don't need to come in conflict, man. We can be friends, bear. We can be boon companions. We can be bestest of buds. Although I wouldn't mind wearing your skin for a fucking coat, which I guess kind of makes the whole bestest of buds thing not necessarily perfectly ideal. Where are those maple saplings? I know I fucking saw them. They were up here somewhere, damn it. I was complaining about the lack, but we came up, maybe they were the birch saplings. Maybe I'm just an idiot. Well, you know what? We need to look around. Okay, we're freezing now. We got to find someplace warm. Or at least warm-ish. Let's see about getting back home. We're not in good shape. And then we can spend probably the remainder of the day sort of doing some maintenance tasks indoors where it's warm. There goes a deer. Still no maple saplings. All right, so we're headed back to Jackrabbit Hill. The weather's simply too bad for us to remain out. We've already had a rather unfortunate encounter with a wolf. And given our condition, should we have to fight a wolf again, I'm not necessarily sure we would survive. We're going to lose some condition just trying to get back. Let's walk down this hill. But we're going to lose some not insignificant amount of condition here just due to the cold as we try to... Oh, shit, there's no fire at our house. You gotta be shitting me, wolf. He's on to us. And fuck you. So we had to use a flare. I'm not excited about it. I'm really not. We're freezing to death, though, and given our condition, we really can't afford another encounter with a wolf. What, is he coming back? Didn't I tell you to fuck off, wolf? I meant it when I told you the first time. Seriously, get the fuck out of here. There's a deer right over there. Why don't you go kill it? I wonder if I could scare him into that deer. I probably could, but that's not necessarily the best idea when I'm freezing to death. Alright, wolf. I've had about enough of your shit, sir. You want some of me? I still got the fire. Alright, that's it. Fuck off. Excuse me?
Crazy.
The wolf teleported. Holy shit, the wolves are evolving. They have teleport power now. We gotta be careful. Get that shit out of here, wolf. He's getting less and less afraid of my fire. I gotta get the hell out of here. When the wolves start teleporting, yeah, you've overstayed your welcome. It's time to go. Teleporting wolves. That's basically fucking a horror story. I mean, that's terrifying in an extreme magnitude. It's not good. We can't cook either. Shit. We gotta get out of this house. If I weren't freezing to death, I would definitely not stay here, but it's gonna be warmish inside. We got a bunch of meat that's going bad. We're running out of food up here. We have a lot of supplies, but this is not really where I want to live because there's no way to build a fire. Also, we can't craft here. It's too far away from our crafting station. This house is definitely suboptimal. While the, preponderance of jackrabbits is somewhat enticing, I would very much like to come trap here. Might make a nice little trapping or hunting lodge, but, it's kind of like Detroit. It's a nice place to visit, but you don't want to live there. No offense to anyone who actually lives in Detroit. I suffered a sprained ankle walking up a hill.
That's...
Yeah, well, we're going to have to walk on it, my dear, because you're not home. Let's just get rid of that. So today has been a lovely day. We sprained our ankle. Fabulous. We are freezing to death, or at least we were until very shortly. And, on the plus side, we did get some birch sticks, which I think you can cure also by just dropping. Fresh gut cured. All right, so that is, in fact, how you cure stuff. You just drop it on the ground. So you know what else we're going to cure? Let's also cure these sticks. We'll drop them over here. We have to cure these before we can make them into anything as well. Needs to be cured before it can be used for crafting and repair. Can be used for crafting and repair after air drying indoors for 4 days. Why do I have a feeling we may not live that long? Also, why do I need first aid? I have a broken ankle. Okay. What do we do about this? Items needed. 2 painkillers or... I'm not sure what that is. Painkillers, okay. Rest remaining for 4 hours. So we need to rest for 4 hours and take painkillers. We may have painkillers here? Maybe? Actually, I don't think we do. Pretty sure we don't have painkillers, actually. Medical supplies? We have no painkillers. We have antibiotics and antiseptic. Do we have some that we put in a different location, perhaps? Nope. We're going to wind up limping home, aren't we, on a sprained ankle. That's exactly what we're going to wind up doing. Yep. Fantastic. So, we're going to have to go home to get our painkillers. That really sucks, actually. Really sucks. You've twisted your ankle and now suffering a sprain. Your mobility will reduce until you treat it or it heals over time. Interesting. All right, then. Well, we should probably just give it time to heal, I guess. And let's take a look at our supplies, see sort of where we are. Get kind of established. Is there anything we can do in a crafting department that may help us? This is going bad. We need to cook. We really got to cook some venison. Alright, so let's do a little bit. Alright, what do we have in this container as far as clothing goes? We have this down ski jacket, which we don't need. In this cabinet, what do we got? We got these wool socks, which we don't need. Some reishi mushrooms, a bullet, rose hips, which I still don't know what are for. Plenty of repair items. We do have our sewing kit. We're probably just going to wind up spending some time breaking down a few of these items we don't need, and then we may go outside and harvest some firewood. I do want to start a fire, and I think I might actually go down to one of those fishing huts, start a fire, maybe chip a hole in the ice and try and fish a little as well. We do have fishing line, so I mean, we could do that. What else is in here? Anything? Nope. All right, so let's get a little more water. Let's take some of that back. What was breathing down my neck? Hello? Anyone? Is this suddenly a horror movie? Yeah, I know you have a sprained ankle. You don't have to fucking cry about it. Be whinging about it all day like a baby. Suck it up. Alright, so let's Let's break down our excess clothing. So we have, what do we have? How do I not have? I just picked them up, did I not? What the shit? What the hell, game? I just picked up extra clothes. Where did they go? I thought I just put them in my inventory, did I not? I guess I didn't. We have an extra down ski jacket. I believe we have an extra pair of wool socks as well. Yep. We're going to break those down into cloth. There's no clothing in a refrigerator, is there? I didn't put anything in here. I did not. Good. And we left nothing in a freezer. So let's break those down. Gonna harvest these extra clothes. Actions, just gonna harvest you. Don't need that. 11 hours of daylight left. So we have most of a whole day here. We're gonna spend some of that time foraging for firewood, however. Not that we can build a fire here, necessarily, but I just picked up an extra pair of socks. I know I'm not insane. I just picked up an extra pair of socks. Where the hell did those socks go? This is like the dryer mystery right here. Oh, you had 2 socks in that dryer? No. There were, in fact, only 1 pair of socks. Where you saw 2 pairs of socks in the sand, that's where the dryer lint trap caught the lint and thought you, made you think there was another sock. There were never 2 socks. It was 1 sock all along. Do any of our clothing really need repair? Our toque could use a little repair. Our mittens aren't in fantastic shape either. Oh, I need a sewing kit. That's fine, I have a sewing kit. Let's grab our sewing kit. We may actually effect some repairs on our clothing here as well. Probably a profitable use of our time while we're kind of waiting for our friggin' ankle to heal. So, give me tools, sewing kit. What happened to the other? Didn't I have a sewing kit that was, like, partly used? I would prefer to continue using the one that's kind of banged up. I want that fishing tackle as well. Where's my banged up sewing kit? Somebody, please? Banged up sewing kit? There it is. Excellent. So let's effect some repairs then on our clothing while our busted ankle kind of works itself out. So we're going to fix these mittens. Let's repair our mittens. 63, we're going to repair them pretty much the entire way. Actually, we would over-repair them. You know what? No, I don't want to do that. If it's going to over-repair them, I don't want to do that. What about this toque? Same situation? Repair 47%, 83% chance of success. What condition is our toque in? So it would repair that fully. We could fully repair our toque. For 1 cloth, I'm going to do it. Let's fix this toque. Also, yeah, I'm going to repair it with fishing tackle. No, just use the sewing kit. Thanks for making it the stupidest way possible. Please repair this with the fucking fishing tackle. I failed. All right, well, let's try again. We had an 83% chance of success. All right. 9 hours of daylight left. Apparently, knitting the toque. As a Canadian, I feel a little bad there. This guy, our character here, is definitively a hardcore Canadian. I think that toque repair should fall pretty much right into her wheelhouse of skills. How tired are we? Pretty tired. Let's take a little nap. We've kind of got a little bit of a sprained ankle problem. A couple hours of sleep would go quite a ways. And we actually, I can't see it because it happened off camera here, but we actually did get an achievement for surviving 5 days. I'm feeling pretty pleased with myself. 5-day survivor. This is the longest I have ever survived in the long dark. So we got 80%. All that meat is at 80%. All right, so let's find, I'm going to get like our worst case scenario in Venison Town here. And we're going to take this down and cook it. So we have no venison in the refrigerator. I love my not storing venison in a refrigerator strategy. That's brilliant. The rest of this is all 80%. So I'm going to take 3 things of raw. You know what? I'm going to take all of my raw venison, actually. We're going to go outside just for a little while. And I think we'll have to put off fishing maybe for another day. I am going to go cook this meat, however. But before we can cook meat, we're going to harvest, or at least forage, for firewood. Are we relatively safe? Let's do a quick scout and about. Just a quick look-see, quick bit of a walkabout. Make sure that there are no dangerous predators in the immediate vicinity. There's a nice burned out flare I left. Looks relatively safe. What's the closest fishing hut? Well, you know what? Before we do that, let's forage. So we're going to bring up our menu. We're going to forage for wood. I want 1 tinder plug, 2 softwood, 2 hardwood. And it's going to burn 242 calories and take 50. I didn't want to use the hatchet. Damn. I did not mean to do that. Want to try and save my hatchet as much as I can, and I completely mucked it. Completely mucked it. You know what? We're going to eat one of these granola bars just to stave off starvation. Now that we have our firewood, we're going to go start a fire. I have no fire making supplies, do I? I have tinder plugs. It'll be fine. I just forged them. That's why I forged them. I love it when I can't remember why I do things, because I'm an idiot. So let's go down this hill. We're going to head out to this little shack, because it's literally the nearest place we have that can get us some fire. I should not be dehydrated, by the way. Plenty of water in my system. Got plenty of potable water. No reason to be dehydrated. I'm sprinting on my broken ankle. I can't tell if I'm sprinting or not, actually, because we're going downhill. I will stop sprinting on my broken ankle as soon as I get the opportunity, because that just seems foolish. Actually, it looks like I can't sprint. Yeah, I actually can't sprint, and I'm limping quite badly. Bunny rabbit, deer. Just counting off our potential foes. So far, so good, in that our potential foe list consists of bunny rabbit and deer.
First aid soon.
Yeah, I know your ankle is broken, lady. We're going out here. You know what you need? You need protein. You gotta heal that wound. We're in pursuit of protein, and in order to successfully ingest protein... Oh, come on. Quit your whining. Suck it up, man. Also, there's nobody around to hear your cries, so you're not gonna get any sympathy. I mean, it's just you and me here. Now, I know scientifically it's been proven that swearing and whatnot actually helps reduce pain, or at least the sensation of pain, so... Maybe you're right to swear, but it's not gonna do us any good. We just gotta cook some venison.
That smarts a bit.
A bit? You're walking around on a broken ankle. Yeah, I want to use a magnifying glass. No, I would prefer to use a wooden match. Tinder plug. I don't want to use cedar fuel. I want to use the softwood. Oh, that is the softwood. Never mind. Start this fire. Come on, fire. Need a little fire. Just a little fire here. Looking for some fire. Hey, fire. Need a little fire. Got some fire. Hey, fire. It's a fire now. Come on, fire. Hey, fire. All right. Going well, actually. So far, so good. It's looking roasty toasty. Flames seem to be leaping up. I have a feeling we're going to be enjoying some fine cooked venison very shortly. My main concern is that the aroma of cooked venison coming from this hut on sort of the open... No, I don't want to use that. I want to use fir firewood and add 2 hours. Excellent. Into the food menu. Start cooking this venison. But I have a feeling that the aroma of cooked venison here would likely attract predators. I mean, if I was a wolf, and there was, you know, just some random human sitting out in a fishing hut, just cooking up pounds and pounds and pounds of raw venison, and I smelled the delicious seared flesh of my natural prey floating on the breeze, I would probably be inclined at least to come over and investigate. I'm hoping that's not the way this works, because I would prefer the wolves not come and investigate. I'm not really in any kind of condition to fight off another wolf attack. But we still have a flare, although we are running dangerously low on flares, I'd like to point out. Dangerously low. We have managed to cook all of our venison. We got to see how much of our fire we're going to have left here. And we'll probably use whatever... We have 20 minutes of fire left. Well, I say we would probably use whatever was left to simply... We are extremely hungry. Am I starving? Alright, so what? Venison, 100%. All that is good. Alright, so let's eat this. Man, venison is fantastic in the food department. 800 calories. We're gonna gorge ourselves. Nice. So we have gorged ourselves on venison. Hey, I didn't get the right amount of calories. I beg your pardon, game. Can I only eat so much so I fast or something? That doesn't really seem rational. I just ate 2 chunks of venison that should have in total been almost 1,600 calories. I got only 1,000. Oh, I must have been in a calorie deficit. I bet I was in a deficit. That's fine. We're gonna limp back to town, or rather back. You know what? Fine, fine. You want to be this way, game? I'll eat another one. I'll just stand out here and eat raw meat on the middle of a frozen lake. I don't care. I'll do it. It's insane, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm a crazy son of a bitch. You can't stop me, game. There's a nice bunny rabbit in front of us.
Hurts a bit, but I'll make it.
Yeah, you left your painkillers and your pain supplies in a terrible, terrible location, lady, so I don't know who's to blame here. Probably me, in fact, but why can't I just kill this rabbit? Because he's gonna run away, that's why. Alright then. It seems unlikely that I would be able to chase down a rabbit on the wing with my broken foot. There's a deer on the run over there. Not sure what it's running from, but it's definitely running. I see our friends the crows have returned. That's lovely. Let's investigate what they're crowing about. Still Johnny Dead Guy. Man, these crows just don't quit, do they? Another crow feather, though, so I'll take it. You know what? Johnny the Frozen Guy, who just sat out and let himself die of exposure. Say what you want, the crows have feasted on him plenty, but that guy's been quite helpful for us. When it comes time to make some bow and arrows, we're going to be, you know, pretty thankful for that guy's sacrifice. He paid the ultimate price so that we might have the... What's that? What's that sound? Not the ow I said from... What is that? It sounds like someone beating on sheet metal. Must have been the wind? More rose hips, because I have no idea what you do with those, but I have tons of them. Alright, well, let's go see if we can maybe sleep off our broken ankle. You're gonna need some first aid soon, yeah. You know what you're gonna have to do? You're gonna have to hike back to our main camp on your broken ankle if you want that first aid. So we got 3 hours of daylight left, and I think what I may do is just sort of oversleep. So let's drink a little... We're fine in the calorie department. We have plenty. We ate a ton of cooked venison today. I think for once we take advantage and just turn in early. So we're gonna sleep... Let's do 11 hours. A nice long rest. It's going to burn 825 calories. That's going to cost us effectively 1 use of our deer meat. But that's going to be good for this episode. Some minor successes. We did find our hatchet. We did manage to find some green birch limbs. We did not find our maple saplings, which is unfortunate. But we can continue searching that area. Maybe on another day when there are fewer wolves out, perhaps. Right now, however, I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. Of course, if you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Your support really does mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to see more of The Long Dark, we post new episodes every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Consider subscribing as well to make sure that you catch them all. Right now, however, thanks very much for watching. We'll see you again soon.